In this DIY, I will be teaching you guys how I turned my regular basic Dollar Tree pumpkins into these glittered glam pumpkins for Halloween. What you will need is acrylic paint of your choice, Mod Podge, glitter, brushes, a foam plate, and the pumpkin of your choice. I began by taking the tag off my pumpkin. Then I went ahead and grabbed just some regular lined paper and laid that down just so I wouldn't get black paint all over the place. I took my acrylic paint, poured some in the plate, and I began to apply that to my pumpkin directly. I personally stuck with making even strokes going up and down just because I didn't want the lines to be all over the place. Once I finished painting my pumpkin completely, I put it to the side just to let it dry, and I began to work on my next pumpkin. I repeated the same steps and just painted my pumpkin completely. By the time I finished painting this pumpkin, my first pumpkin was almost completely dry. As you guys can see, some of the orange was peeking through the pumpkin, so I went ahead and applied another coat of paint. To be honest, it took me about 3 to 4 coats of acrylic paint just to get it as opaque as I wanted it. But if you don't really care about the orange peeking through, 1 or 2 coats should be just fine. Once your pumpkin is completely dry, go ahead and grab your Mod Podge and pour that onto the same plate so you can begin to apply the glue to your pumpkin. Now this was the very first time I ever used Mod Podge, so I began with this brush. Now it did work for the most part. All I did was apply glue to sections of the pumpkin and then add the glitter. Now, since this was my very first time, I did learn that using a sponge brush is 100 times better. It just makes it come on a little bit more even, and it just gave me the look I was actually going for. I feel like if I was to use this brush to make like an actual jack-o'-lantern face on the pumpkin, it would be super cute, but that's just not what I was trying to do this time around. With the second pumpkin, I went ahead and started to work with a sponge brush. The first regular brush started to clump up, so it just was not working out for me. Here I repeated the same steps, grabbing the glue, then applying the glitter, and so on and so forth. As you guys can see, the application with the sponge brush was just a lot more flawless and smooth, so I would definitely recommend you use a sponge brush if you attempt to do this project. As you guys will notice, the difference between using the sponge brush and the regular brush, I just really like the way the sponge brush left my pumpkin looking, but that's okay. I went back and began to try to fix my first pumpkin just by making it an halfway glittered pumpkin, if that makes some type of sense. And all I did was use my sponge brush to fill in the gaps and applied the glitter until I was pretty happy with the way it ended up looking. And there you have it. Doesn't it look so much better compared to the first pumpkin design I had on it? I really love the way these turned out. Next, I took this spray adhesive and just sprayed it all over my pumpkin just to keep the glitter intact. Side note, if you're going to use this spray, do not hold the objects you are spraying because you will end up with spray all over the place. Well, there you have it. There is my final DIY project. I know that it is super late in the month, but I am so sorry. I still hope you guys enjoyed this and that it helped you put a little bit of glam in your Halloween decor. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for always supporting me. I love you guys all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!